Most people that have Sales Navigator are barely using it. So they're paying at least $100 a month for a tool that they might spend 5 minutes a week on. And the problem with that is you're wasting an amazing resource to find leads and engage with leads. So today, in this episode of Your Future Biz, we are going to talk about the best ways to maximize Sales Navigator so you actually get an ROI on your investment, and a couple of workflows that you can use today to start drumming up leads and conversations in your LinkedIn inbox.
Or maybe if you don't have it, you actually might want to get it.
Oh yeah, that too. If you don't have it, we might do such a good job convincing you why you need it.
Influencing you. And then you can sign up for my free trial because I do have a 60-day free trial link. Just FYI. We'll put it below. And then we may or may not have a very useful course for you to get.
Valid point. A very detailed course. That's pretty badass, actually. Thanks, Linz.
You're welcome.
Okay,
always be selling. ABC. Always be closing. This is absolutely your expertise, which I was so thankful for when we started working together, because I used to call Sales Nav a necessary evil.
Okay.
But
wow.
I don't think it's, yeah.
I mean, how you really feel, babe. Wow.
Well, when you're a sales leader and then you got to buy tech stack and ask for budget and whatever, it's like you'd always not like the individual, amounts. And it's like every single AE of mine, it was like what, like $1,800 a year,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's not cheap.
So I've got 10 AEs, I've got mid-market AEs, I've got SDRs, I need a seat, and it's like thousands of dollars a year. Definitely my AEs were not using it like we're going to talk about today, because I didn't personally know it to that extent either. So you just called it the necessary evil to have to get, because you did need it, but we weren't using it the way that would actually brought ROI.
Yeah, because no one trains their team on how to use it, which is why I exist. Because
I didn't.
It is frustrating. Yeah, see,
I sure didn't.
You didn't even do it. So the problem is these leaders expect their sellers to just be like, yeah, we know exactly how to use Sales Navigator. We know exactly what to do every day when we log in, and they don't know anything.
No.
So it's like, well, yeah, you're going to call it a necessary evil when no one has a clue on how the hell to use it properly. LinkedIn's own reps will tell you like, hey, we'll just sign up your team and come for this 30-minute Zoom and we'll walk them through how to use it and set it up. And it's nothing. It's like stuff you could go on YouTube and watch. They just cover like the bare minimum of like, here's what Sales Navigator is. And then they're like, good luck. See ya. Which is why I spend hours with teams when I do work with them to train them on how to use it the right way. So let's get into that. Let's walk through a real world scenario. So Lindsay, make something up, pretend you are a rep, make up whatever company you want, and give me an idea of an ICP and a company that you're trying to go after.
Companies that are like 10 million ARR to 25 million ARR, probably Series A, Series B, if that's applicable. And I want them to have at least director of sales level type person there. But that would be like an influencer. The CEO / founder of the company would be my main ICP and decision maker. And sales team size, if possible, at least 5 reps. I want them to be in the United States.
So if you are watching the video version of this podcast, you can see my screen right now, and I'm going to walk through exactly what I would do if I were in Lindsay's shoes to find legit leads to reach out to using Sales Navigator. So you have a couple options here when it comes to the accounts. Now, there are a lot of companies that already have a list of companies that they want to go after. And so if that's the case for you, you would just come to the search bar right here and you would type in the name of the accounts, and then you would add them to a very specific account list. But Lindsay gave me criteria to find companies. So that's what we're going to do right now.
Could you upload?
Good question. No and yes. If you have the advanced version of Sales Navigator, you can upload CSV files. If you have the individual version, which is just like the standard version, you cannot upload CSV files.
Okay.
So there's your answer. Teams usually always have the advanced version. So if you are part of a sales org, yes, please take advantage of using the CSV feature there. So Lindsay told us the annual revenue is, what'd you say, 10 to...
Let's do 10 to 50.
50? Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to select under annual revenue, 10 to 50 million. She mentioned that headquarters are in the United States. So I'm going to go ahead and select United States here. She mentioned the sales team headcount. So if you click on department headcount right here, you can select what department you're looking for. So in this case, we're going to do sales and we're going to do 10 to 50, or do you want more?
Yeah. Let's do that because even though I want at least to have maybe at least 5 sales reps themselves, that means there has to be a level of leadership, maybe some other roles in there for this offering to be effective.
True. And then industry right here. So you said software?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that. Software development, tech. It's going to be like tech.
Yeah. It's IT, technology,
Not
information.
yeah, it's going to
etc.
be this.
And we could do headcount now that I see it.
Yeah, there's company headcount and then there's department headcount.
Yeah.
What, you want me to do company headcount?
Yeah, because I definitely wouldn't have it be 1 to 10, obviously.
Yeah,
So we might
good
as well
point.
go
That's
more
not
like
even an option. Look, there's 0.
51 to 200
That's what I think too. Do you want to
at
do the
minimum.
201 to 500 as well?
Yeah.
Okay. So we just selected headcount. If you're not watching the video, we did company headcount 51 to 200 and then another one that's 201 to 500. Okay. So I'm just going to leave, for example purposes, I'm just going to leave technology, information, and internet as the industry. And it came up with 2,500 plus results. Now,
Too much.
this is where it gets cool though. Okay. So under this right here, there's a spotlights tab and there are 3 different parameters. So one is job opportunities, one is recent activities, and one is connection, which is basically your connections. What I like doing is this one right here because it says hiring on LinkedIn.
Love that.
So that just took off what, 1,500? Because it was 2,500 plus. Now it's 1,000 results. And for Lindsay and I, it's a gold mine if a company is hiring sales reps. That's who we want. That's who we want to go after. If you're finding this episode helpful, you will love Sales Nav Mastery. It's our complete step-by-step system for finding the right people, messaging them, and actually using Sales Navigator consistently. Go to yourfuturebiz.com/salesnav for instant access. So that's a good one for us. And then another one that is under recent activities, there are 2 options. One says senior leadership changes in the last 3 months, and the other one says funding events in the past 12 months. These are really, really good filters as well. So there's only 26 companies that show up out of the 2,500 we had.
Isn't that crazy? Should we just
that
kind of
have funding? Totally.
like take a little sidebar for a moment into just talking about what the landscape is like now in 2026 compared to
it is wild.
a few years ago? Because I guarantee, because the filters we've put so far, they're not super strict. Like 10 to 50 mil ARR, 50 to 500 employee count, US in tech with 10 to 50 people in a sales org. Like, come on. Like, you would think that there'd be a lot more funding in the last 12 months. So,
Yeah. So even when I take off the hiring, if I just do funding events in the past 12 months, there's only 32 companies out of 2,500 plus that have raised capital in the last 12
which means there's no excuse for Mandy and I to not be doing good, personalized social selling because there's only 32 companies.
So these are the filters that you want, because if you just do the company attributes on the left-hand side, you're going to get way too many people. So or companies. So you want to make sure that you're using these filters and then just figure out what makes the most sense to you based on what you're selling, right? Another good one is to do the connection one, because then you're going to see your existing first degree connections that already work for those companies. So when I remove all the other spotlights I just told you and I just put in first degree connections, it showed me 23 companies where I'm already connected to their employees. So what's really cool is it'll literally tell me who I'm connected to. So you can see right here, I just have one connection for Lena AI, one for Typeface. For Sendoso, I have 7. So if I want to click on that, if I'm like, oh, Sendoso would be a good one for us to target, I click on this and it says 7 connections. And then
Hey, Dale. Hey, Roz.
Dale. I know. I was like, I think we know these people. Lindsay and I do.
Yep.
And then
Katie's attached to him.
Tom.
Tom, Katie.
That's funny. So then we see all these people, and then we can reach out and start conversations that way. This is like the lowest hanging fruit possible, you guys, because you're already connected to these people. So what you want to do though, if you're already connected to them, that's awesome. It would help if you went ahead and clicked on where it says 2 recent posts on LinkedIn. So right now I'm looking at the 7 people for this company called Sendoso that showed up in the target list. And I have a list of the people that work for them that I'm already connected to. And underneath each one, it says who posted. So if we go ahead and click one of these, it's going to show the 2 posts. All you have to do is click on one of the posts, and I would engage with it before I reached out to this person. So I would literally just go, if we're going to do Tom here, then I would read Tom's post. I would like it. I would leave a comment, and I might do it again for the other one. And then I would just reach out. And if I haven't talked to Tom in a while, I would just be like, hey, Tom, how are things going? Loved your post about ABC, or whatever you want to say. Just saw your post about ABC. Interesting facts about whatever. Just say something that doesn't make you sound like a robot. Okay. And then just like check in, like, how are things going? Like, don't say anything about what you're trying to do. Okay. Because
No
you're already
pitching.
connected to these people. You know, you don't need to just be like, hey, do you guys need XYZ services today? Like, you don't need to say that. Just
Yeah.
check in. We're trying to get a response. Then from there, if it were me, what I would do is I would send a voice note. So it doesn't matter if you just talked to Tom a week ago or a year ago. I would first send something that's via text about something that's relevant, or say hi. Then when he responds, I would send a voice note. And I would just literally be blunt, but cool at the same time. So like, be a friend, don't be a weirdo, but just say like, you know, it looks like things are going well at Sendoso. By the way, I noticed you guys ABC. Do a little bit of research when it comes to like your solution and how you can help them. And then notice, you know, say what you noticed, say what you found, and then mention, you know, by the way, what we're doing at ABC Company right now is, and then say it. And then you could possibly say something like, you might have this all figured out at Sendoso, but if not, and you want to see what we're doing, I'm happy to be a resource for you. Let me know, and I can share more info.
Well, I think also it varies on like how well do you know this person? When's the last
Yes.
time that you've spoken with them? So
Totally.
like we're gonna pick on Tom because he's our homie. Like we know Tom well. Like he's actually a
Tom.
friend of ours. So like if we really wanted to be prospecting Sendoso, and Tom's actually an advisor for Sendoso,
A
so
lot of
like
these people are advisors. They're
all
not
the people we know really well, our advisors are like they're a partner with Women in Sales. That's why Lexine's like attached to this. Like we know all these people, we have relationships. So we would literally say, like, hey, do you think it would be a great idea for us to reach out to Sendoso for XYZ, being the fact that you advise for them? And then they can give their honest opinion. And because these people are actual friends of ours, they would tell us straight up, no, I don't think so because XYZ. Or actually, maybe. And then I could go, okay, like who do you think I should talk to over there to talk about it? And they might even be like, yeah, it should be. Let's pretend Katie was still working there. Tom could have said, you should talk to Katie. I'll introduce you if I didn't already know Katie, right? And now I have a warm referral versus cold prospecting. Now I'm going to put on my CRO hat here because while this is absolutely incredible, what you're probably going to do if you're a rep, right, like day to day, is not just go into the black hole of I made a list, but now I'm going to go try responding and talking and social selling to these people. But you probably you make some sort of list. You'd push some sort of tasks or system to yourself to go, on this date and time, I'm going to go and do all my social selling engagement at this time. But right now I'm just making my prospect lists.
Correct.
Right? Stuff like that.
So use your best judgment when you're seeing these people that you're already connected to, and do what Lindsay said. Like, you need to use context here. Like, if you're a homie with them, it's way different than if you haven't talked to this person in 4 years. I mean, I've been on LinkedIn for a hot minute. I have people from like 12 years ago I connected with that I haven't talked to in 12 years. You know?
Yeah.
And if that's the case, I'm going to take a little bit longer. I'm going to look at their profile. I'm going to see if they're posting content. I'm going to engage. I'm going to find something that makes me look like a genuine human when I reach out for the first time in 12 years, you know?
Yeah.
Even though we're connected. But in this case with Lindsay and I, it's as simple as like, we know these people well, then it's just a matter of reaching out and being like, hey, do you think that they would find value in this? This is what we're doing.
But we know them well because of the fact that we've been social selling,
building
on
our
LinkedIn.
brands on LinkedIn for a hot minute. Yes.
So that comes with all the things that we say.
Yeah.
Okay. So then walk me through.
Okay.
This is all the beautiful things I would have wanted to know back when I was managing teams.
But let's go back. let's go back to the account list because I would just kind of like skip to the showing you how to find the people. Now, if we want these accounts, we need to add them to a lead list. So what you do, I'm back on my screen where the accounts are listed. There's 23 companies here that I'm already connected to people. I'm going to start there. That's the lowest hanging fruit possible because I already have people that either work for these companies or they are advisors for these companies. So I'm going to select them all. There's 23 and I'm going to hit save to list. And then I'm going to hit create new list and I'm going to call it whatever I want to call it. So be specific here though, so it makes your life easier. So I would do like 10 to 50 M SaaS first degree, something like that,
Yeah.
And then I'd hit create new list. And so that's going to pull up and it's going to create a new list for you that then you could go through and look at those people.
With all your naming conventions so that you know, like when you're going after ICPs properly, you're going to have segments of your ICPs so that you can have different messaging for them and et cetera. So like have your naming convention, use your descriptions.
And then what I would do is I would get rid of this first degree and I'd go back to these other spotlights and I would do like hiring or recent activities.
funding.
The problem with this is we don't have time. We're already running out of time here to look to like drill this down more. What I don't want you guys doing is adding thousands and thousands of people or companies or people to lists. First of all, it's going to take forever because LinkedIn only lets you do like one page at a time, which is really annoying. So you can't ever select all the companies. It's not possible. You have to go page by page.
Will there be, there will ideally, not
Yeah.
ideally, there will be
There's gonna
overlap.
Yeah. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter though, because the overlap does not matter at all when it comes to companies, because I'm going to show you why and how to find leads here in a second. Because right now we're just saving the companies. So it's fine if there's like multiple companies in multiple lists or the same company in multiple lists. It doesn't matter. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Then we hit page 2. We're going to select all on page 2 and we're going to hit save to list. Now, this is why it takes forever if you guys have like 1,000 people. So if you come up with a ton here, try to filter down as much as you can or just save a subset of them. You don't need to go through and spend hours saving 1,000 of these companies.
Well, it's so funny you said that because literally yesterday there was someone who posted tagging LinkedIn, you know, to be like, I beg of you, like I use Sales Nav like every day, all day, like this, I'm a power user. And it had 3 requests, I think. And one of the requests was like, why won't you let me save more than 1,000 accounts, right? Or leads. And then how long it literally takes to get your lists or something, you know, maybe if you're exporting them or something and it takes a really long time to get the downloads. And I'm like, I don't know why you're saving such big lists.
Right. Yeah. When you do social selling the right way, we're not targeting 5,000 people. You guys, this is not cold email. Even if you use LinkedIn automation, which I'm not saying you should, but even if you do, even automation companies don't want you using Sales Nav with thousands of lists, and that's automation. So the way that Lindsay and I teach this is a very specific type of ICP that you're going after, and they are the ones that are showing the intent and the buying signals and the triggers that we're talking about here. So you don't need 5,000 companies in a list. That defeats the whole point of social selling. So it's not necessary.
Effective prospecting in general. Your ICP might have 1 million companies in the world that fills it, but when you're going to do outreach to them, you can't say the same thing to all million accounts. That's not how it works.
Correct.
So,
okay, so we have those saved. And if you guys want to get notified of new companies that pop up here, you can click this little tab right here. This is not super relevant because like new companies aren't going to pop up with these criteria because it's already a minimum of 10 million. Like it's not possible. But when you're doing lead list, that's a good toggle to have on. So, and if you wanted to save this search and like come back, you could just toggle this on and it'll save it. But for now, I am just going to get out of here for example purposes and then show you how to find people, the leads, human beings that work at these accounts that would be the best to reach out to. So from there, I am going to go back, click on any of these tabs. I just clicked leads for now, but click lead filters from the search bar, which you can get to from literally clicking anything or even the home. If you're finding this episode helpful, you will love Sales Nav Mastery. It's our complete step-by-step system for finding the right people, messaging them, and actually using Sales Navigator consistently. go to yourfuturebiz.com/salesnav for instant access. Okay, so we're on the lead filters page. Now, we were just on the account filters. That was just helping us find companies. Now we're on the page where it helps us find people, the humans that we actually want to reach out to. So it's a blank slate right now, but the cool thing with this is scroll all the way down underneath workflow, and you're going to see a tab called account lists. And you're going to see the ones I just created are right here at the top. So if we want to go ahead and include the 10 to 50 million SaaS first degree, and then we'll also do the 10 to 50 million SaaS funding. So now it's showing me all the employees that work at those companies. So 11,000 plus, which is obviously aggressive. So from there, you can filter down with job titles and a lot of other cool things. I just want to show you this real quick because this is super low hanging fruit. Underneath the buyer intent tab at the very top, I have two of the options. One of them says following your company, and the other one says viewed your profile recently. There's only 4 people who have viewed my profile recently that work for the companies I'm targeting, and there's 9 people that are already following Mod Girl Marketing or Luminetics. So hello, low hanging fruit. So I'm going to toggle this on.
Yep.
And I'm going to see who looks at my profile. Who's been creeping on me? So we've got Tristan, an investor. Bill is an inside rep. Ken is an advisor. Mary is an enterprise sales development rep. Okay, this is a good time to also tell you guys, just because someone does not have an executive title does not mean that they can't get you in front of the right people. So if I'm already connected to these people, which I am, so Mary here is an enterprise SDR for Seek Out. Mary and I are first degree connections, and she was just on my profile. It would be smart for me to reach out to Mary and just see what's going on and offer if I can help her. Ask how LinkedIn's been doing, how it's been working for her. Ask her if I can, provide her with any tips, whatever it is. But I would go to her profile. I would see what she's doing. I would engage with her content, and then I would send her a message. Just because she's an SDR doesn't mean that she can't get me in front of the right people at this company. So before you guys put on all your search parameters to find the decision makers, look at these 2 tabs because this is gold. And then same with the following your company. If these people are following our company, they know that we exist. So, and I probably know some of them, which I do. I know most of them. So these are like the lowest hanging fruit possible, which are these 2 buyer intent. I would start there. And then if you want to add them to a list, you can. Or, if, to Lindsay's point, if you're just her CRO hat, if you're a rep and you're just right now building stuff and you're not taking time to engage and do this, then I would literally just select them all and I would save them to a list and come back later. So select all, click save to list, and then name them, 10 to 50 mil SaaS following company page, save to list, click add, then you can go back and engage with them.
Can you push any of this stuff to CRMs?
Yes. If you have the expensive version of Sales Navigator, and you have HubSpot or Salesforce, there are integrations that make this a lot easier. So just keep that in mind as well. And you'll be able to see who's in your CRM. It'll show up. Like if people are already in your CRM, it'll tell you that when you're searching, and there are integrations. So HubSpot and Salesforce has that. Now, let's say you don't have any of these filters on. You don't have people that viewed your profile. You don't have people following your company. This is when you get down to business with the parameters and you can get as crazy as you want. Now, I teach people to create personas. So they're already made. They're already created right here. So if I click my sales decision maker persona, basically all that is it's a shortcut to filling all of this out. So you have current job title, VP of sales, VP of growth, blah, blah, blah. Function, sales or biz dev, seniority, C-suite, senior, etc. My geography is already filled out. All of that's already filled out. So I have 58 people right now showing up. Now, if I want to see people who are actually active on LinkedIn, out of those 58 people that fit my sales decision maker criteria, I would click on this toggle under recent updates, and it says posted on LinkedIn. There's 23 of them. So now I know these people are the most active, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add these to a list, and then when I'm ready, I'm going to go and engage with all of their posts. So it'll tell you right there. Plus, it's going to show up on your feed when they post. But I would click save to a list. I would title this, and then I would just keep doing this over and over and over again. You can also look at change jobs, which is a really good filter. So there's only 4 of them that posted on LinkedIn that meet my sales decision maker criteria for the companies I'm targeting. They have changed jobs recently and they're active on LinkedIn. This is a gold mine for Lindsay and I also, because a lot of times when people change jobs, they want to get stuff going. They want, to impress their boss, and they have the funds and they're excited. They're excited to get going in their new role.
Yeah. And
so I would start with them.
While we're here, another pro account or lead list that you should be making is all of your customers should be going on a list.
Yep.
And then have changed jobs recently so that when someone who was at a company that is your customer and they go somewhere else, well, guess what? You want them to hire you at the new company now.
Yep. And that's when you click save search to get notified of new results is a gold mine there. Something else that I really love doing, if we toggle all of this off and let's get rid of decision makers, but let's keep our account list, is this right here called connections of. I love this one because what I do is I type in some of my top clients that love me and I type in their name and then I see like old Bill here. I always use Bill as the example.
Oh, Bill.
Oh, Bill. And then I can see everyone Bill's connected to from the companies I'm targeting, and he has 16 connections right now. Now, I don't care if these people are not my specific ICP because once again, Bill could just, if he is homies with one of these people, it's just a simple introduction. Hey, Bala, I wanted you to meet my friend Mandy. She's doing some cool stuff on the LinkedIn social selling front. Thought she'd be a good resource for you. Here you go. And it just so happens that Bala is the CMO at the company that I'm targeting, which makes sense because Bill is a CMO. So always, always, always use this connections of tab. And it doesn't even have to be a past client. It could be a colleague maybe that you work with, maybe an ex-boss of yours that you have a good relationship with still. Anyone that's connected in the industry that you're going after that trusts you and knows how awesome you are in the product that you sell is awesome. So this is essentially how you do it. And then the biggest thing I want you to take away from all of this is once you have all these people added to a list every single day, and again, click on this toggle if you want to get notified of new results. So when Lindsay gave the example of putting all your customers on a list and then doing the ones that have changed jobs, this toggle is gold because it's going to notify you when new people are added to that list. So you don't have to do anything, and then you can reach out. So take advantage of this save search, and it makes your life easier as well. And then when you're done with all of that, there is the home feed that no one is using. So a takeaway for you is once you have that built and set up enough leads, you need to spend 15 minutes a day minimum in your Sales Nav feed. And the cool thing is you can even filter by account lists, by lead lists, whoever. And so you literally select a list of leads and it's going to show you the people that posted content recently in that lead list, or you can just do all of them. And then all you do is sit here, click view. It's going to pull up on the right-hand side. You like it, you comment, you go on to the next, and then you reach out after you comment. This would be an easy one to comment on because he's showing shoes.
Shoes.
I'd be like, Steve, I really dig your Intrust shoes. Those are awesome. How's it going? And that's all I would say. But I would comment, and then I'd send him a message completely unrelated to what I wanted to talk about just to get the conversation going. If in that case, obviously, you're going to have to use your best judgment here. And then that's it. I mean, there's so much you could do here, but no one is doing this, what I'm showing you right now. They're not doing this. And then if they do have lists set up, it's not enough. There's not enough people on the list. There's not enough accounts on the list. So they'll log in here and they'll be like, I don't have anyone on here to engage with. And I'm like, because you didn't set it up. You have to have all these set up. And then once it's set up, every day you log into Sales Nav, you scroll here, you view, you like, you comment, you go on to the next, and then you keep track of all of this. Obviously, there's so much more we don't have time to talk about, but there's like a notes feature where you can be organized with this, so you know when you can follow up with people. But I would do it as you're going through here. Find out a rhythm that works for you so you know who you need to follow up with, but always try to comment and like before you reach out to people.
Yes. So the tactical takeaway could be any of these things, but the one that you should be probably doing that you may not be doing, probably not, is go make yourself an account list and then turn it into a lead list of one of your segments of your ICP, which will be the one that Mandy just broke down last, where it's you're connected to someone and you know someone well. So what was that filter called?
Connections of.
Connections of. So go do a specific segment and do a connections of list. Save it. Now, tomorrow, wake up, bring that filter, that lead filter into your feed and go comment on those people's posts for 15 minutes.
Really simple.
Do not ask to connect with them yet. Just go social sell and comment thoughtfully on their posts. That's it.
And we want them to see it. So if they see it and they like your comment or they respond to your comment, then you can reach out and send a connection request. If they don't do anything and it's been like a day or two, go ahead and send that connection request and mention what it is that you commented on.
Yes. Do that.
Really simple. Do that, Lindsay says. Her favorite phrase. So you guys just got a detailed crash course
Freebie
in Sales Nav. This is
Sales
going to be a
Nav course.
legit episode. This is not a normal Your Future Biz episode, but it was a good one. It was a good one. So I hope you enjoyed that. I do have a 4-hour detailed course called Sales Navigator Mastery. It's pretty badass. So if you want that, you know where to find us, and I'm happy to give it to you. So hit me up. It's the same training I've used to train Fortune 100 companies, T-Mobile for Business, Continental, Brinks, all the big guys and the little guys. Entrepreneurs are using it. Sales teams are using it. It's pretty awesome. So it goes into a lot more detail than what we have time to cover here today. So if you're serious about using Sales Nav, hit me up and I'm happy to help you out.
And if you are now seeing the beauty of what Sales Nav can do, also hit us up.
Yes.
And we can help you out there.
Yes. I'll send you my 60-day free trial link. It only works if you've never used Sales Nav in the past. Just FYI. So if you've never ever used it, you should be able to get 60 days free. But I'm happy to hook you up if I can do that. All right. Hope
That'll be that.
Okay. Now go build something cool. And if you can't figure out what's holding back your revenue, grab our free Hidden Revenue Finder GPT at yourfuturebiz.com/revenue.
If you like what you hear, or at least didn't hate it, hit that follow or subscribe button so you don't miss an episode.
And just like that, another business problem got a little clearer. Because in the business world, it's not about who raises first.
It's about who lasts.